Match Me Abroad, the popular reality show on TLC, returns with a brand new episode on Sunday, July 27th, 2025. Below, you'll find your Match Me Abroad recap. According to the TLC synopsis, on Match Me Abroad Season 2 Episode 6 tonight, titled Smoke and Mirrors, Dolly criticizes Sarah for having high expectations. Bruno has a positive or negative impact on Monica's love life. To help Tony get rid of his need to look good, Louisa sends him on a blind date. Harold makes a confession to Amber. The Match Me Abroad recap for tonight begins right now. Refresh the page frequently for the most recent information. In tonight's Match Me Abroad episode, Monica was feeling torn. To meet Bruno, she traveled to Brazil. She thought they were related. She was willing to pursue it, so her matchmaker advised her to date a little. Even Bernardo was introduced to Monica by Louisa. She wanted to know if Bruno was really in love with her, or just the first guy she had dated in a while. Personally, Louisa thought Bruno was a better fit for Monica. Bernardo still desired children, whereas Bruno was more particular about what he wanted from a relationship. Despite the fact that it could become one in the future, Bernardo assured Monica that wasn't a deal breaker. It was also a warning sign. Bernardo hasn't made any move to have kids, but if he takes it fully off the table for her, he might regret the relationship itself. Something no one wanted. Bernardo was still liked by Monica. They exchanged a wonderful kiss. It was a great date overall. It's why she's torn, because then she finally went on a date with Bruno. It was another great one. They used rollerblades. She's never done that before, and he made her laugh. She felt less scared as a result. She even had the ability to discuss all of her options with him regarding having a daughter who is an adult. Not wanting more kids. Bruno took everything in. As opposed to Bernardo, Bruno made decisions without hesitation. Nevertheless, Bernardo remained in Monica's mind.
He wasn't a bad guy.
Monica was also feeling torn because she was attracted to both men, and her matchmaker told her to take physicality out of it. The matchmaker helping Harold also followed the same philosophy. Harold was a man with anxiety. Amber met him. She wasn't immediately attracted to him right away, and she stayed on the date because it turned out to be a good date. They had lunch. They flew kites. Harold got to hold her hand. Harold felt he was getting mixed signals. He alone liked Amber. She was beautiful to him. He thought she was fun and nice. He also knew that if there was going to be a second date, he had to tell her everything. Harold wishes to inform her that he is autistic. It's the only way he knows for sure if they have a future or not. Harold was working up his courage while Tony was forced to do the same. Tony went on a few blind dates. It was completely dark inside. To meet 3 women who were also blindfolded, he donned a blindfold. Louisa was back at it again, taking away the physicality. Tony seemed to her to be a little too shallow. He was a bald guy that wasn't in great shape, and still he sought out women in their 20s with long hair. He also wanted them to be celibate when they're not dating. He said he's very conservative in that sense. He was then asked how long he's been celibate. He refused to answer the question because he knows he hasn't been celibate in spite not being in a relationship himself. Tony hated the dates. He doesn't like loud music, so there goes the DJ. He doesn't like women who sleep with people outside of a relationship, so the one who doesn't like commitment goes. The woman with the shortest hair was the only one who didn't bother him. He hates short hair. He claimed that it indicated a woman's lack of self-care. He was coming across as extremely shallow due to his obsessive attention to appearances. Sarah was less shallow. Her worries were legitimate. Freddie was arranged for her by her matchmaker. Freddie appeared to be younger than he is. He also took her to the red light district to try new foods. In Singapore, it might not be a big deal. Over in the States, it was a red flag that a man knew the red light district so well he can navigate the best food in the area. Sarah was not flawless. She desired to relive her childhood with her siblings and parents. Sarah's dad went to work and Mom got to stay home with the kids. In her mind, Sarah was able to provide for herself just fine. It makes so sense to meet a man and then struggle. It's not like she always wants diamonds. She simply longs for the lifestyle to which she has become accustomed. Both her mom and Dolly the matchmaker tried to suggest compromising on a few things. Sarah wasn't ready to hear them. She came to Singapore with a dream of a perfect man. Unfortunately, she wasn't that man's type. The long bleached hair, the perfect white teeth, and the fillers in her lips were usually what attracted men seeking sugar babies in Singapore. Not men seeking a spouse. Sarah was high maintenance. When she looked at her, her future partner would wonder how much all of that would cost him in the United States. This wasn't the other way. Sarah wants to continue living in America. It's where her family and businesses are. She's not moving to Singapore, and so she was asking a lot of a guy that when he does come to the States, won't be able to work right away. And poor Monica. She kissed Bruno and she liked it. She called Bernardo to admit to the kiss with Bruno because she now felt like she was cheating on the guys by continuing to date the other guy. Monica was in tears during the call. She's been cheated on, and she didn't want to do that to someone else. The end.